Today I had the great pleasure receiving in Tirana Hungary's foreign minister and indeed the good friend of mine, Mr. Peter Szijjártó. I use this opportunity to profusely thank Peter for his personal dedication and commitment in deepening our bilateral agenda, supporting Albania's European integration process, and of course, providing assistance in our staunch efforts in fighting against COVID-19. Needless to recall, this meeting is taking place under some sort of exceptional circumstances. However, while we stand in the midst of highly restrictive measures undertaken to protect the public health, this meeting shows that our mutual cooperation and our diplomatic engagement hasn't been sidelined. It further reveals that the appreciation, the respect, and the care that we owe to each other cannot be confined to our domestic concerns, but rather require more comprehensive and unconditional solidarity. In such a context, I would also like to express our profound gratitude to Hungary for extending its helping hand, not only to our reconstruction efforts immediately after the devastating earthquake that struck Albania last year, but also for providing very valuable technical help today, which happens to be just crucial in strengthening our capacities to continue fighting this pandemic. After exchanging views on the situation caused by COVID-19 and conversating on all the measures that we need to take in order to overcome the situation as soon as possible, today I have also emphasized that the decision to open accession talks with Albania was the most principled and the right one. The Council's decision to finally get the membership talks opened with Albania not only crowns the substantial progress that Albania has made in meeting all the conditions that were required at this particular stage of the accession process, but it also provides a new and very strong impetus for further deepening the actual reform momentum, enhancing EU's credibility in the region, as well as curbing the sway of any third actor that does not work in the function of democratic stability and in accordance with the spirit of the reconciliation efforts that are just emerging in the Western Balkans. As a valued NATO member and now also as a negotiating country for the membership with the Union, Albania will continue fully aligning its foreign policy with the European Union's foreign and security policy. This is just beyond any question because this reflects the values that we do believe in. We have also openly discussed Albania's progress to date, particularly pertaining to the justice system reform as well as upcoming priorities in the context of EU accession agenda. As recognized by the European Commission itself, Albania has fulfilled all key priorities that were identified in Council's conclusions of June 2018. We have continued with the successful implementation of the justice reform, which, by the way, today is widely considered as a model to be exported in the region, by showing tangible and sustainable results in the process of re-evaluating judges and prosecutors. We have finally established special anti-corruption and organized crime structure exactly as required by the Council, and very importantly, we have significantly improved our track record in fighting against organized crime and corruption, including at high levels. We have, of course, much more to do, but this suffices to start over the process of accession talks. We value the fact that the member states did reflect positively on Albania's progress so far by deciding to open accession talks. However, we are absolutely aware that while a lot has been done, much more remains to be done. In this respect, we now have to maintain our focus on completing and adopting electoral reform in full accordance with OSCE and ODIHR's recommendations, ensuring the functioning of the High Court and the Constitutional Court and of course also addressing all priorities which are set in Council's conclusions of March 2020. Notwithstanding the situation that we are in, Albania is ready and absolutely prepared to carry out all the tasks that are needed, be they technical or political, in order to further advance in the negotiation process. Starting, of course, with the first intergovernmental conference and then moving on with the higher stages of the negotiation process. For one thing is absolutely for sure, regardless of all challenges and in spite of all hurdles, our commitment is absolutely unwavering to get the EU membership. We have no other alternative and we do consider no other option. Our future lies nowhere else but in the European Union. And we are absolutely grateful to Hungary's support in making the accession, the opening of accession talks possible, and also for the technical assistance that Hungary has consistently and continuously provided in order to strengthen our teams and to increase their capacities to continue with the negotiation process. With Peter, today we have also discussed a wide range of bilateral issues, such as a good cooperation that we have on the field of education and also increasing economic interaction. We have managed to complete a number of agreements which have significantly improved our cooperation and strengthened our political relationship as far as economic cooperation is concerned. I think it is clear that we need to continue building on the positive trend, and after the situation is going to pass, it is of a paramount importance that we continue with a gathering of Joint Economic Commission in order also to scrutinize the possible fields of increasing our economic cooperation. So, without aiming to be repetitive, but please allow me once more to express the deepest gratitude to Peter personally, but also to Hungary in general, for supporting Albania in both our post-earthquake reconstruction efforts and ongoing fight against the pandemic. Your help is highly appreciated and it will be long remembered. I also emphasize in the very end that our cooperation is growing in the positive and in the right direction, and we will spare no efforts in making our bilateral relationship even stronger. Thank you very much for coming, Peter. You are always welcome here, and now the floor is yours.